Day one of the Trackmania World Championship 2018 are over. We have the guys who will play in the winner bracket final, and one of them is the guy next to me from Team Sampi. It's Tween. Tween, day one is over. How was it for you?
So I'm very happy with how day one went because you know, days one are always tough because you can just get really like thrown off in the first matches, and I think it's even visible like from maybe the performances overall. You can see that the first matches are a lot more shaky. So I'm really happy that, you know, I guess I just followed the path that was the most beneficial for me, and that really just made me actually confident in myself going into day two. So yeah.
You just finished your semi-final. How did that match play out for you? Did you go into it thinking this is going to be an easy match, or at least someone's possible match for you to win?
Yeah, well, I was really confident I could win, at least on paper. But actually I want to talk about it a little, sure. Because like that match was kind of important for me because I feel it had a story to it, and it was just, there was a big break for me after match one, between matches 1 and 2, and so I don't think I really just estimated it well. I feel that I was a little tired, maybe like half an hour before the match I felt kind of drowsy, I guess. I was just watching the other match and trying to maybe rest that way. That doesn't really help too much because it's really nerve-wracking. But when the match started, I think because of this tiredness, I maybe didn't put up my best on the first map and went into the match like the wrong way. And on the second map, which was, I think it's my best map overall, I was in the lead, and my computer crashed, which was really unfortunate. And obviously that just like, that was causing me to, you know, be shaky. I had to switch computers in like 5 minutes, and I had to like put the settings up back to what they were, and it's all just really stressful because you can see that the other guys are trying to, you know, keep fresh while you're stuck at the login screen, which is really annoying. But yeah, that was the point at which I'll say it honestly, I got a little angry, you know, just like, I don't deserve this, you know. That was the thought that was in my head. And that's where I really started to like push it. And it helped me in that moment that I got back into the game after being behind at the start. And when I caught up, then I started to feel really confident, and the tiredness was all gone. And I'm actually proud of that, you know, of that mental thing, that it didn't completely throw me off. It maybe even made me stronger in the second half of the match. So that's it.
Yeah, we've seen some problems with screen on this event. People at home might have seen you disconnect or not playing, but can you tell us how much does it actually affect your mental game? Is it something that pushes you off, or is it simply new round, new game?
It's really about being comfortable with your setup. Like, it might sound just strange, but you know, even where you're sitting and what you see at that point, it just it's different if you sit at a different place, you know, and you just need a round or 2 or 3 to get used to it, and I didn't have that, so that was a little yeah, it made me shaky really. And I think it differs from person to person, like how much it affects them. I think it affects me like the average amount, I guess, but it was really about the part after the match that I think I handled well, and I'm proud of that.
On day one we played in sort of a location where it's not open to public, it's really small, but tomorrow you will play on a big stage in front of the big crowd. How much is that different for you? Do you notice that you play in front of a big crowd instead of a small location where it's just the players and the managers?
Yeah, well, I think there's good to it, there's bad to it. Probably the bad to it is that there's a lot of noise, and the noise kind of makes you feel a little less grounded, I guess, because you can feel the rumble, you know, and it just makes you think like there is so much going on, you know, and I think that can also help you, you know. I don't think it doesn't happen to me too much that I really just crumble on the big stage, you know. I'm probably just bringing it up on myself tomorrow, but yeah, that's something that can happen, and you have to think about that. But I'm gonna hope it doesn't happen. So yeah.
You're the guy with the most amount of grand finals at the ESWC or the World Championship together with Carl Jr. You played it 5 times and placed on the podium 5 times. How much does it motivate you to get that last step to get a world title, and what would that mean to you?
That would mean a whole lot to me, honestly. Like, there are moments this year and last year where I was considering, like, not maybe quitting completely, but just focusing on this one tournament. And I feel like really I picked myself up in terms of my performance, and it just feels refreshing, you know, to go into a match and be confident. And yeah, like, that's a big thing for me, and I'm going to push as hard as I can for it.
What needs to happen for you to become the world champion? How did you see the winner bracket final playing out?
Well, I mean, it might surprise some people that Kappa did what he did, but you know, we practiced together a lot, and I really could see it coming. But yeah, it was a slight surprise maybe, but he just had it in him. It was up to whether he can just put it there, you know, and he did. And I really like appreciated the way he handled the last moments of the match, where it just seemed like he wasn't even fazed by what is happening, you know. He's just beating the world's 2 best guys and just making it seem easy almost. So I think he's a great contender, and I'm really hyped to play him tomorrow. But you also, obviously, you can't discount like Carl Jr. And there's also Paxton, the tournament. He just has to pave a longer way. So, and then there's Masa, obviously, who is also like, when he shows up, you know. So, yeah, it's going to be one hell of a match, and it's also going to kick off the stage program. So, really hyped for it.
Do you have any final prediction on who's going to win it? Is it going to be you?
I'm going to go the Kappa way and say I'm not going to answer that question.
But I think I speak for the whole community when I'm saying you are probably the guy who deserves it the most, if not
well, I don't think so. I mean, each tournament is a new tournament. Everyone deserves it the most, you know.
No.
So
I guess that's why people think you deserve it the most, because you don't think you deserve it.
No, that's I don't think that works that way.
I tried my best to give you a compliment, but yeah. Thank you so much
thank you for it.
Thank you so much for doing this interview, and good luck tomorrow. And
thank you very much, NMD.
You still owe me a winning interview, so maybe after this tournament you give me that.
Sure.
That's it.
Bye bye.